Yo, 1985 was the year hip-hop stopped playing around and got serious. While everybody was worried about what Run-DMC would do next,
put your hands together, please, gang, for Run-DMC.
These 10 tracks were quietly changing the game forever. We're talking about the songs that made your boombox batteries die, got you grounded for playing them too loud, and had you memorizing every single bar. This is Hip Hop Legends Archives, where we keep the real history alive. We fact-checked everything with Billboard charts, original press releases, and hip-hop historians to bring you the truth. From Hollis, Queens to West Philly, from park jams to platinum plaques, let's break down the 10 tracks from 1985 that we'll never forget. Check it. Number 10, Run-DMC, Can You Rock It Like This? While everybody was talking about King of Rock, this deep cut from the same album showed Run-DMC wasn't just about the radio hits. The track opens with actual rock guitars that had old-school heads scratching their Kangol like, wait, is this still hip-hop? Produced by Larry Smith and Russell Simmons, this joint dropped on the King of Rock album in January 1985 on Profile Records. The song peaked at number 46 on the Hot Black Singles chart, but its real impact was in the streets and on mixtapes. Run-DMC traded bars over those hard rock drums, proving they could rock a party and a guitar solo at the same time. Fun fact, this was one of the first hip-hop tracks to get serious MTV rotation, opening doors for everybody who came after. The question wasn't, if you could rock it like this, it was, could you even try? Number 9. Houdini, Freaks Come Out at Night. This right here was the party anthem of 1985. If you weren't at the club when this dropped, you missed the whole night, period. Produced by the legendary Larry Smith, who also worked with Run-DMC, this track appeared on Houdini's Back in Black album. The song's minimalist beat, built around that iconic synthesizer line and those crispy drum machines, was pure 1980s magic. The track reportedly sold over 500,000 copies and became a staple at every block party from Brooklyn to LA. Jaleel Hutchins and Ecstasy traded verses about the nightlife, and DJ Grandmaster D cut it up on the ones and twos. The pause, the bass drop, the crowd goes wild every single time. This was before the club had a VIP section, when everybody was on the same dance floor getting their freak on. Hip-hop historians credit this track with bridging the gap between the early electro sound and the harder beats that would dominate the late 80s. Freaks Came Out at Night, and Houdini made sure the whole world knew about it. Number 8. Run-DMC, Jam Master Jay. This wasn't just a song, it was a tribute to one of the greatest DJs to ever touch a turntable. Jam Master Jay, born Jason Mizell, was the backbone of Run-DMC, and this track from King of Rock gave him his flowers while he could still smell them. The song showcased Jay's scratching skills and proved that DJs weren't just button pushers, they were artists. Run-DMC spit bars about their DJ's skills, from cutting records to rocking parties, all over a stripped-down beat that let Jay's turntable work shine through. The track peaked in the top 50 on the Black Singles chart and became a blueprint for how MCs should show love to their DJs. Remember, this was when DJs still carried milk crates full of records to every show, no laptop, no USB stick, just skills and vinyl. Jay's influence extended way beyond this track. He mentored countless artists and kept hip-hop culture alive in Queens until his tragic passing in 2002. This song remains a testament to his legacy and the essential role DJs play in hip-hop. Real recognize real. Number 7. LL Cool J, I Need a Beat. Now technically this dropped in November 1984 as a 12-inch single, but it appeared on the radio album in 1985, so we're counting it. This was Def Jam's first ever release, catalog number DJ001, and it changed everything. 16-year-old James Todd Smith from Queens sent a demo to Rick Rubin at NYU, and the rest is history. The single reportedly sold over 100,000 copies, which was massive for an independent hip-hop release at that time. Produced by Rick Rubin with that stripped-down raw sound that became Def Jam's signature, this track had drum machines so hard they could crack concrete. LL wasn't asking politely, he needed a beat, and Rubin gave him one that's still knocking almost 40 years later. This song helped Def Jam secure a distribution deal with Columbia Records and launched one of the longest careers in hip-hop history. From I Need a Beat to NCIS Los Angeles, LL Cool J built an empire, but it all started right here with this raw, hungry 16-year-old refusing to take no for an answer. Ladies love Cool James, and it started with this beat. Yo, we're just getting warmed up with these 1985 hip-hop legends. If you're feeling this deep dive into the year that changed the culture, hit that subscribe button for Hip Hop Legends Archives. We fact-check every claim, verify every chart position, and bring you the real history every single week. Coming up next, the storytelling masterpiece that got sampled more than any other hip-hop track ever. Let's go. Number 6. Dougie Fresh and Slick Rick, La-Di-Da-Di. Hold up, let me tell you something about this record right here. La-Di-Da-Di is reportedly the most sampled hip-hop song of all time, with over 550 tracks using pieces of it. This appeared as the B-side to the show in 1985, and honestly, the B-side became more legendary than the A-side. Slick Rick, born Richard Walters in London, told a story over Dougie Fresh's beatbox that became the blueprint for narrative rap. No drums, no samples, just Doug's mouth making beats while Slick Rick talked about waking up, taking a bath, and dealing with a girl named Sally. The storytelling was so vivid, so detailed, so real, that everybody from Snoop Dogg to Beyoncé has referenced it. Dougie Fresh, known as the human beatbox, created those drum sounds entirely with his mouth, no machines involved. The track never charted on Billboard because it was a B-side, but its cultural impact is immeasurable. This is what we mean when we say hip-hop is an art form. 2 artists, 1 beatbox, 1 story, infinite influence, that's legendary. Number 5. LL Cool J, Rock the Bells. If I Need a Beat introduced LL to the world, Rock the Bells made him a star. This track from the radio album, produced by Rick Rubin, became one of the most iconic hip-hop songs ever recorded. The beat, built around hard drums and minimal instrumentation, gave LL room to showcase why he was already being called the GOAT at just 17 years old. The man said, "I excel, they all fell," and wasn't lying about any of it. The song peaked at number 17 on the Hot Black Singles chart and stayed there for weeks. Rock the Bells became a concert staple, a battle rap anthem, and later even inspired a whole festival named after it. Fun fact, Foxy Brown remade this track in 1996 for her debut album, proving its timeless appeal. When LL said he was rocking bells from here to hell, he meant it literally. The song still rocks every speaker it touches. This was the track that proved LL wasn't just a one-hit wonder. He was here to stay, and almost 40 years later, we're still rocking these bells. Number 4. LL Cool J, I Can't Live Without My Radio. This right here was the anthem for every kid who carried a boombox on their shoulder in 1985. You know how much those things weighed? Like 20 pounds with 8D batteries that died in 45 minutes. But we didn't care, because this song demanded you play it loud. The track appeared in the movie Crush Groove, and on the radio album, becoming LL's signature declaration of independence. Produced by Rick Rubin, the song's aggressive, in-your-face style represented the new school sound that was pushing out the disco-influenced old school. It peaked at number 15 on the Hot Dance Club Play chart, and became a cultural touchstone for the boombox era. The New York Times called it quintessential rap in its directness, immediacy, and assertion of self. LL was basically saying, I don't care if you don't like my music, I'm gonna play it anyway. That attitude, that confidence, that teenage rebellion captured in 3 minutes and 47 seconds. That's what made this unforgettable. Every generation needs its Turn That Down song, and for 1985, this was IT. Number 3. Run-DMC, King of Rock. The title track from the album that literally changed hip-hop forever. Run-DMC looked at rock music and hip-hop and said, why not both? Released in January 1985 on Profile Records, King of Rock featured actual rock guitars mixed with hip-hop beats, something almost nobody was doing successfully at the time. The album went platinum, and this title track led the charge. Run and DMC proclaimed themselves the kings of rock, and honestly, who was gonna argue? The song peaked at number 14 on the Hot Black Singles chart, but its real impact was cultural. MTV played the video, which featured the group literally breaking into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Museum. The symbolism was clear. Hip-hop belonged in the same conversation as rock and roll, blues, and every other American art form. Produced by Larry Smith and Russell Simmons, the track's fusion of genres opened doors for every rap-rock collaboration that followed. This wasn't just a song, it was a statement, and Run-DMC backed it up with platinum plaques and sold-out shows. They said they were the kings, and in 1985, nobody could dispute it. Number 2. Schooly D, PSK What Does It Mean? This right here is widely considered the first gangsta rap song ever recorded. A West Philadelphia MC named Jesse Weaver Jr., calling himself Schooly D, dropped this in 1985 and changed hip-hop's direction forever. PSK stood for Parkside Killers, a real West Philly crew, and Schooly rapped about street life with a realism that nobody had really done before. The track was self-released on Schooly D Records, pressed and distributed by Schooly himself, true independent hustle. Ice-T heard this record and created 6 in the Morning based on the style. NWA heard it and took it to another level. The song's minimalist beat, built around a drum machine and heavy reverb, created an ominous atmosphere that matched the content perfectly. Schooly said he and his crew were smoking so much weed in the studio they kept saying more reverb until the whole track was drowning in it. The track reportedly sold thousands of copies out of Schooly's car and local record stores, proving you didn't need a major label to make an impact.
This was DIY culture at its finest, and it influenced the entire West Coast gangsta rap movement. Schooly D pioneered a lane, and everybody who came after owes him respect. Number 1. Dougie Fresh and Slick Rick, The Show, the A-side to La Di Da Di, and another absolute classic. Dougie Fresh's beatbox combined with Slick Rick's smooth storytelling created something that had never been done before. The song peaked at number 4 on the Hot Black Singles chart and number 7 on the Hot Dance Club Play chart, making it one of the biggest hip-hop hits of 1985. The track opens with Doug's legendary beatbox intro. Then Slick Rick comes in with that British accented flow that was impossible to imitate. They're literally describing putting on a show, and the song itself is the show. That's next-level creativity right there. The music video featured both artists performing in what looked like a house party, which was exactly where most people first heard hip-hop anyway. Released on Reality Records, the show proved that hip-hop could be commercially successful without compromising its artistic integrity. Both Dougie Fresh and Slick Rick became legends off this single alone, though both would go on to have successful solo careers. The call and response, the beatbox breakdowns, the storytelling, the humor, all of it came together perfectly. When we talk about 1985 being a pivotal year for hip-hop, the show is exactly why. This was hip-hop showing the world what it could do, and the world paid attention. That's the real history from Hip Hop Legends Archives. 1985 gave us the foundation for everything that came after, from gangsta rap to rap rock to beatbox culture. If you lived through this era, or just love authentic hip-hop history, drop a like and subscribe to Hip Hop Legends Archives. Tell us in the comments which 1985 track hit you the hardest. We fact-check everything against Billboard charts, original releases, and verified sources to keep the culture's history straight. These 10 songs didn't just define a year, they defined a movement. From Hollis, Queens to West Philly, from Def Jam to Reality Records, these artists built the blueprint we're still following today. Until next time, peace, love, and hip-hop. Keep the culture alive.